Hello everyone, my name is Rosie, and welcome back to Really Rapid Reviews, the series where I get recommendations from you every month on an album you want me to talk about. And I'd like to start this one off by saying I'm probably going to piss some people off in this one. Up until this point, I have enjoyed all of the albums, like the first two videos I did. So we didn't really have this problem yet, but there are a couple albums here I'm going to go into that I did not care for like a certain reason. And I'd just like to disclaim that doesn't mean you can't enjoy the album. You can get more out of it than I did. I understand that. This is the only time I'm going to say that. So next time, if you send in another Merzbow album, I'm just gonna fucking rant on it. So it is what it is. I have a highlight playlist of my favorites from each of these albums, and it includes the last two videos as well. So I will put that in the description for this video if you want to check that out. But enough yapping. There are 9 albums this time. There's a 9-minute timer behind me. I have 9 minutes to talk about the 9 albums or I explode and die. So, let's get to it. We are going to start off with Mild Sorrow Integrated Arbor, which, I don't know if I said it right, but this album, really nice. I like the blend it has between chiptune and rock and even IDM at points. Especially on the last song, Plaza, it really reminds me of something that Boards of Canada would do. But I just really enjoy this record. The drums are great, the vibes are just immaculate the whole way through. If you want to know my favorites, I'd say Plaza, the one I just mentioned, and Leaves. It kind of reminds me of some EDM stuff from like the mid-2010s, basically, like future bass style. But pretty good album, and I really enjoy the art. And the next one we're going to be going into is Novo, Amor, Birthplace. And this one, I'm not going to lie, I had to re-listen because on first listen I couldn't lock in all the way. And I'll say on second listen I do enjoy it a decent bit more, but there's still room for improvement in my opinion. I feel like the second half of this album really drags. But other than that, the first half has some really great songs. Utica, when I was listening earlier, may have made me cry. I'm not going to say completely, but it might have. So I feel like there's lots of good here, especially in the first half. I just wish the second half did a little more instrumentally, I guess. And after that, we have the Philip Glass album, which, I'm gonna be real, I'm not saying that shit. I have no clue how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but this is a soundtrack for a movie that accompanies it, and I was looking through reviews, and it said in a lot of them that I probably should have just watched the movie with the album, so that's my bad. But this album is very long, and I didn't enjoy it for the most part, so I'm probably not going to do that. But you never know, because what I read through the reviews is pretty interesting. But I will say, what I did like is the song The Grid, because I feel like these other songs, they are very bombastic and dramatic and build tension, but I feel like they don't really go anywhere and they end too fast for it to leave any sort of like mark. But with The Grid, this song is 15 minutes, and it just keeps going and going and going and punching you, building up with these vocals soaring in the background and these strings. And it just feels like an endless like monolith of sound of this same melody he repeats. And I really appreciate it on this one because I'm just sitting there like wondering how far he can take the sound. And it just keeps going. In that way, the song was very interesting to me, but the rest of the album didn't leave too much of a mark on me. And after this, we have Merzbow Hybrid Noisebloom. And I'm very sad about this one because, like, I tried This is my second Merzbow album. I don't even remember if I finished the first, but the art for this one had me excited. I really like the simplistic art for this one. It kind of gives me like Loveless vibes, so I thought it was going to be like maybe a little less noisy, but it's Merzbow, so shock, it is just noise. Just pure noise. And I could deal with it for the most part on the first track, and then the second track just, there's this sound that comes in, man, and I don't want to hear that again. The third track is, I guess, my favorite on here, which I was just thinking the whole time while it played that this song would actually be sick if there was a hardstyle kick in there. Sue me, I'm sorry. But if you just put a dong, dong, dong behind that shit, it would have been killer. But yeah, after that point, the remaining two don't really do it for me. And I just gotta say it, I'm 2 albums in, I don't know how I feel about noise. I think you can combine other genres with noise, but a full-on noise album, not for me. I am running low on time. What am I doing? The next album is Dhampir by Cedric Swan, which is a rhythm, bro step, there's future bass, there's some trap on there. It's just a whole combination of these EDM genres from like the early 2010s and late 2010s. Nobody on here is going to know what I'm talking about. This feels very Expanse Records to me. Just the whole sound of this shit, especially my favorites on here, like Fangs. It's like nothing too out there, but I love the rhythm-y, that's not a word. I love the rhythm groove it's got going on there. And my other favorite, I can't remember the name right now, Midnight Cruise. That one is also pretty good. It's just it's a solid bro step rhythm album. I don't love it, but there's highlights. After this, we have Leitz, A Touch of Grace, which really had my ears perked up because I enjoyed some of the last couple albums, but they weren't doing it for me completely. But this one is incredible. I feel like this is a lame comparison. I could probably come up with a better one, but this is very 100 gecs to me. Like, not entirely. It feels like its own thing, of course, but I can definitely feel some influence of that in there. And I love their voice. I love the creativity of all these songs in general. And my favorites are probably Whack and Oh My Darling. It's a hard choice, though. All these songs do very different things and end up, I feel like, in different places from where they start. After this, we have maybe my favorite album of the bunch, Leng, Lemons. And I was skeptical about this one at first because I didn't know anything about him. And the title and art didn't really interest me, but wow, is this album amazing. It's like a blend of indie, pop, EDM, and it all just is so smooth. The first 3 tracks in general just had me like floored. I can't remember the name of the first one, but that one is just beautiful. I love the synths, I love the bass. And then that's followed up with Ticking, which just has this airy, impactful chorus. And then the title track, Lemons, is another great one. But you even go further in and you get like full-on EDM tracks with, let me see the title. It is Lie Like Them. That one is also pretty good. And Plastic Moon with Chester Watson is incredible. I love Chester Watson. The next one is Device Operator Martini, I think. It's actually titled Cherry something. I've got 30 seconds. Frostbite on here is fucking incredible. I love the first half, and the second half switch up had me absolutely floored. I thought this was about to fall over, so that's why I just like freaked out for a second. Awesome future funk album, and I have 10 seconds left. So we're gonna explode, and that sucks. But there is one more album left. And the last album I got here is Hello, I am back from exploding, and I am here to say this does not matter right now because I did not get to the last album. So that's on me. So I'm just going to talk about it anyway because I didn't think I was going to run out of time. The last album is Quarters by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And just based off the list, this was the one I was looking the most forward to. And it did not disappoint. This is my first like Giz album since their last album that released in 2024. But I haven't come back to that one in a decent bit. So this is like my first new Giz in a while. And it starts off incredible with The River, which just feels like I can hear this playing in like a movie where you're just in the desert. There's like tumbleweeds rolling by. There's some cowboy like whistling over to the side. It's incredible. It feels very, very nice when they get into the groove of things in this first half. And then the just extended jam session at the end with no vocals is incredible. I see why this is one that the Giz heads just like love, and it's one that a lot of people end up coming back to. But my favorite on here has to be Infinite Rise, which that's easily my favorite song I heard throughout this whole listening of these 9 albums. The title says it all, basically. This song just continuously rises in this like trippy psychedelic way. It doesn't feel like it's completely laid back. I felt like very locked into the experience of this song, but it's not something that's very like violent on the ears. Like I talked about The Grid earlier by Philip Glass. This rises in a way similar to that, but it's not chaotic. It's like, it's friendly and it's just so like peaceful to listen to. Something about it just like switched something in my brain when I was listening to it last night. It's an incredible track, and then the remaining 2 on this record are also great. So I hate to waste your time. I already exploded. Maybe I'll do some type of like YouTuber challenge or something now that I failed, but probably not. Thank you for watching. I'm going to make a post. I'm going to make a post soon enough for the next one of these, probably in like 10 days or something. So yeah, look out for that. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next really rapid review. R. I really thought this shit was, okay, give me a sec. This setup is really running on like 3 yards of like string and a child's wish. Cause like, what the fuck am I doing here, bro? Like, what is this? And here comes time.